Hey, what's up everybody, my name is TheDizzyViper and welcome to today's video. It's been a while that I've done a video, but I felt like I should do a video about this because about a month ago I was asked if I would like to try a new product out by the company called 3D Connexion, who make what's called a Spacemouse. I have never heard of this product before, but I looked at the website and it sure looked quite interesting. So they were kind enough to send me one of their products, which is the new wireless kit for the Spacemouse, which, you know, as the name says, is a wireless version of their Spacemouse. So to clarify, I'm not sponsored by 3D Connexion or anything. I would just like to show you the product they make because it has actually changed the way I work a lot. Even though it sort of does the same thing as a regular mouse, it is a lot more intuitive to work with. I gotta say that it has been quite a change for me. Like, it took me a few days, a few weeks actually, to really get used to using the Spacemouse, because it's such a different way of, you know, using your hand, especially because you don't use the Spacemouse instead of your normal mouse. Use it as an addition to your mouse, to your keyboard almost, with your left hand. Or if you are a left-hand person, you would use it with your right hand. The box that it comes in is pretty straightforward. It's a big white box with a few instructions in the front. You open it up and there is a mouse pad with it that comes with it. I gotta say, I had a few issues with my own mouse pad. The mouse that comes with this kit actually doesn't quite work with my current mouse pad. I currently have the Razer Goliath. So I was very happy that this whole kit comes with a mouse pad by default. Once you pick out the mouse pad, underneath you will find 4 different accessories. One being the USB stick to connect all of this stuff to your computer. It doesn't work over the Bluetooth connection of the computer itself, but with a little dongle, which in my opinion is completely fine, as the connection is a lot better. Then you have a few charging cables. Since it's wireless, you of course have to charge it, but I gotta say, I've been using this for over a month now and I have never had to charge it yet. I only used it with the charge that it came with once it got delivered, so I guess the battery life is really good. And of course then the 2 main things of this kit, which is the mouse and the Spacemouse. This kit comes with the Spacemouse itself and another ergonomic mouse, which I think is something really interesting, as it doesn't have 2 buttons and a mouse wheel. It actually has 3 buttons and a mouse wheel. So this ergonomic mouse, I'm going to talk about it briefly, is also quite interesting, as it has 3 buttons and a mouse wheel instead of 2 buttons and a mouse wheel as a regular mouse. Hereby the mouse wheel is also pressable, as well as the 3rd button in the middle. By default it is mapped that you can press the mouse wheel down, which is the middle click, and the middle mouse button is also the middle click, but you don't have to press the mouse button, which sometimes, you know, is a little fiddly. But of course there is also a software integrated where you can actually choose what each button of the mouse does. In addition to the middle mouse button, there is also 2 macro keys and a center button above the mouse wheel that you can also map to certain things. In my case, I have it set to common tools, which, you know, it just opens up a common tools menu and then I can choose from there, which is also pretty handy. Overall, the mouse settings are quite overviewable and simple. You can choose the mouse speed, you can choose the hertz, and you can map the keys however you like. And I gotta say, for the price, it feels amazing, and it's just very comfortable to work with. Now going over to the big star of this kit, which is the Spacemouse. The Spacemouse is a little knob that you just place on your desk next to your keyboard, perhaps on your left hand side if you're a right hand person. So this knob, the Spacemouse, has a couple of different directions that you can use it in. You can push and pull up to move the camera up and down, for example, in Cinema 4D. You can push and pull forward, backward, and pan left and right to move the camera in its position. Then you can also rotate the knob to, you know, rotate the camera, and you can also tilt the knob to tilt the camera. Here I gotta say, I am very happy that the software of the Spacemouse allows to turn off certain modes for the Spacemouse, because I had quite some trouble and still have trouble to only pan the knob instead of also tilting it. I'll demonstrate this for a second here. This movement right here and this movement do 2 different things. Now, while using it, since all of these movements are so subtle, it was quite difficult to only pan the camera without tilting it in that sense. Fortunately, the software that comes with this product allows you to turn off the tilt function or the pan function. In my case, I just turned off the tilt function because I actually don't ever need the tilt function. If I use a Dutch tilt, for example, in my renders, I usually do that by just typing in 5 or 10% tilt on the camera. I never do that by hand. But I think for 3D modeling and texturing, the Spacemouse really offers a lot of new intuitive way of working with it. I personally do not model a lot, if you know that. I'm more of a scene builder and storyteller. However, what I still like to use it on a day-to-day basis because it feels more intuitive working with it. You know, it's almost like working in VR with stuff, you know, modeling and sculpting, which feels super intuitive because you actually can do it with your hands. And I figured that the Spacemouse is actually a really direct way of, you know, moving cameras and objects around in your 3D scene. Along with that, the Spacemouse itself also has 2 more buttons. One on the left, one on the right, which are also menu buttons where you can just, you know, map certain maps and tools to it if you need it. The great thing for me is that it also works perfectly with Cinema 4D. You know, it's great integrated software that just, you know, reads the menus very well, and I haven't had any problems with it so far. So while the Ergonomic Mouse feels like a very nice light mouse that doesn't feel too cheap, but it's also heavy enough, you know, to feel like it's actually something in there, but it's a light mouse. The Spacemouse is incredibly heavy. So when you unpack it for the first time, be careful not to drop it. It is very heavy, and that makes sense because it shouldn't move while you use it. Since you only have to, you know, use the knob on the top, the bottom should stay steady on your desk, which is why it's so heavy. But it's something that I was very surprised about when I first unpacked it. So I get that 3D Connexion usually comes from a CAD background, so like actual technical modeling and, for example, just general CAD software, and I think that is where the full potential of this product really comes out. I am more using it for, you know, cinematic shots and stuff. I've actually also tried using the Spacemouse for live camera movements, so like recording the camera movements that I do with the Spacemouse, which works quite well. Like, it definitely works better than with the mouse. I gotta say, I'm very impressed by the quality of their products and how it all feels. As I said, it took a while to get used to the product because it's something so, I would say new, almost something that I haven't seen before, something that I have never touched before. I gotta say, I think that my personal favorite, in theory, would be the larger Spacemouse Enterprise, which is the bigger version of it. It actually has a knob in the center, and around it there are more macro keys as well as a display. And I think that's where, for me, the highlight of this product would sit, is to map all of these macro keys around the Spacemouse. And then use the Spacemouse for certain movements. So yeah, that was the video about the Spacemouse, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you learned something new. Maybe you discovered the product just now as well, like I did a month ago. And I'll actually keep using the Spacemouse now. They actually let me keep it, which I'm very happy about. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, you know, please make sure to smash the like button and subscribe for more videos. I'll actually try to upload more videos in the future now. As you know, I did stop streaming about 4 months ago because I just didn't really feel like it anymore. You know, but my mental power is coming back, and I want to make more videos again in the future. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to check out 3D Connexion, and peace out.